into my training program, they showed me like how much money people spend on this stuff. And you know what? I went home and they were talking about how many people have this, and I was like, yeah, I guess. And then I went home and I opened my drawer at home, and I looked at my own parents' drawer, and they had this drawer, and they had like 3 of these drawers, okay, of just junky knives and all this stuff. And I started adding it up, and I was like, wow, my parents have spent a lot of money on this stuff. Okay, you know, each one of these is like $10. That's like $100, $200 in the drawer. And you know what? And I didn't really know much about knives. You probably know more about knives than me. I mean, I don't even cook at all. But you know what they told me is that wood is disgusting and it rots and it's horrible. They told me plastic melts. Okay, have you ever seen any melted knives, Ms. Jones? Yeah. Okay. They told me that sometimes they make carbon steel, which is like iron flakes off into your food. They told me about stainless steel, which just goes dull really fast. They use it in displays and razor blades and stuff. And then they told me that they make the products to actually break on purpose. A lot of people have, they force them to be shaky and all that kind of stuff. Have you ever had that happen, Ms. Jones? Yeah. Okay. So the point is that, and they do this on purpose, which is crazy. Like, they actually design the products so people have to replace them. And the funny thing is, some people I've run to people's houses that they've had the knives for like 10, 15, 20 years or more, and they're only designed to last for like 2 years. And so, isn't that kind of weird for somebody to use something that's unsanitary and designed to break and really dangerous, especially knives, and it's designed to break and then keep it for like, 5, 10, 20 years longer than it's supposed to last? Isn't that weird? Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. And that's why I work for this company, because it's just I just don't want people to own this. I just don't believe anybody should own this. It's horrible. It's just awful. So, and that's just how it goes. So now here's the thing, Mr. Jones. I have one question for you, and I can't leave your house unless you get it right. So I really want you to think about the answer. All right. So you're my customer. What do you think is the solution to all these knife problems?
I'm assuming cut cow.
You're right. Thank God. Okay, so let me show you our product. Our product is awesome, Mrs. Jones. And this is what's called our seat carver. Maria, you're going to be my customer. So just take it for a second. Here we go. Oh, like, before I give this to you, I need you to be careful with this one, okay? Because this one is mine. And I'm a college student. I have no money. Like, if you take all the money you and your husband have, add it all up, and subtract it all, that's what's in my bank account right now. Okay, like there's nothing in there. And if you would have told me, by the way, 2 weeks ago that I'd be sitting in your house right now showing you knives, I would have said you're insane. Okay, but then if you would have told me I had to buy the knives myself in order to show them to you, I would have said you're more than insane, because I don't have any money and I don't cook, so why would I want knives? But when I went into my interview and they showed me these products and how good they are, I was like, I'm going to find a way. And I did. And I mean, I begged my dad, I begged everybody, I found the money to get it. So these are mine. So I'm just going to ask you, please be careful with my knife, okay? Like, don't drop it. Please try not to touch the steel lot, because it's really expensive steel. And I just, don't test it with your finger, because people always want to do that. I don't want you to get blood on my knife. I mean, I really don't. All right, so please. So can I trust you with my knife?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is just gorgeous.
All right. So and it is really nice. And so now, let me hold up there. What have I taken care of already? 2 things.
Recommendations.
Recommendations I touched upon. Look at the board. Which one have I eliminated?
Yeah, can't afford it.
My knives are okay. Can they possibly say that at this point?
No.
No. Okay. I have totally destroyed their knives. I haven't even gotten their knives out yet. And by the way, how many of you guys spend a lot more time on that bad knives page than I just did? Okay. Some of you guys are like really diving into that page. I'm like, did I get my point across?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gone. Okay. Why? Because I want to spend a lot of time on the other parts. All right. So what else have I just handled?
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it. How?
Because if you could afford it, she can.
Yeah, I just got finished telling them how much I could afford it and how I found it. Now, if I'm a college student and I have no money and they're a married couple with 2 jobs, can they possibly say they can't afford it now? No, I'm just taking care of that, okay? So, and all I did is just set it first, okay? So that's how it goes. By the way, here, Maria, take this again. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay? What I do is create desire, okay? Like, she's like, give it to me. Okay? I do that all the time in the demo. I hand it to them, they're going to take it, I go, wait a second, okay? And they're like, okay, I want the knives, right? Sometimes I leave them in the bag. I'd be like, oh, the next tool in your set is the trimmer. It's awesome. It is so cool. It's got this, and the one that I've been showing you the brown handle ones. This one's got a white handle. It is awesome. It's pearl. oh, so hold on a second. And I like dig. I keep my bag on the floor and I like dig. And I'm like, oh, where is that? It's really, I can't. And they're like, okay? Like I create desire. Like I'm selling the product to them. I'm not telling them about the product. I'm selling them the product, okay? So I always do that. I hand it. Notice how she took it, by the way, with 2 hands. I do it all the time. You know how you guys hand the knives to people? When I was new, I used to hand the knife to the customer. I go, oh, here's a petite carver. And I hand it to them, and they go like this. And I put it down like 2 seconds. Okay? Anybody had that happen? All right?
Yes.
So yeah, they put it down right. My customers never put it down because I go, here you go. And they try to take it. And I go, please. I need you to be careful with this. This is my knife. By the way, can you guys all say the exact same thing I just said and be telling the exact truth? Sure. That's why you're here. You're here because you sold the products, okay? And that's how you begged and found the 152 to get it. You don't tell them you got a discount. 152 to you is just like 992 to them, okay? You could afford it if you wanted it, okay? So when people really want this job, they find ways to get the sample kit. If they don't, then they don't, okay? So that's just how it is, right? Same thing with customers, all right? So so the point is that you can tell them, hey, look, I found a way. I hunted down. I did this. So please be careful with my knife, all right? By the way, how many times I've already started taking care of another one. Which one have I started working on as well? Too expensive. Hey, this is really expensive steel, so please be careful with it. Don't drop it, okay? Oh, I didn't even do that one. Please don't rub your finger across it. I don't want you to get blood on my knife, just to make sure, okay? And I go, Mr. Jones, and I say, and by the way, I don't say, here you go. I go, can I trust you with this? Yes. Here you go. And I take it. Sometimes I do like this.
I keep going like this,
Okay.
like I'm really want to go for
but
this.
I present it to them. Yeah, because you ever see how they bring out jewelry in a jewelry store? What do? They reach. It's like a Mickey Mouse watch. Okay, and they display it. Okay, because they're selling something. All right, so you have to make people feel important. Okay, you have to make the product seem important. Guys, the products are the best in the world. You represent the best of something in the world. How do you not present it the right way? Okay, so you got to present it in that way, or people go, well, I can't afford it. It's too expensive because you didn't make it seem like what it's worth. All right, so that's how it goes. All about perception. Yes. What? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, to add to what he's saying with presenting the knife as something that's pretty exclusive, it is the best knife in the world. I use them every day, so I could vouch for that even more than you guys could. And actually, when I do my demos, I have my knife in a briefcase. So when I walk up with a briefcase to somebody's house, they're like, wow, what's in there? Because when they see that, it's not like, oh, I'm putting it in a bag and just dropping it on the table. My briefcase has a lock and all that, so I have to punch in the code and all that nice stuff. So they're like, what you got in there? And so when I take it out, I have it all nicely set it up. So when I open my briefcase, it already adds value because one of the biggest things I get is, does the knife come in the briefcase after they order it? Does my knife come in the briefcase? I'll be like, no, I'm sorry. This is just for me to show this. And I'm actually having a contest. The person with the highest CPO for the push period, I'll personally buy you a briefcase like I use.
Cool.
So whoever with the highest CPO for the push period,
It's on video.
I'll buy you a briefcase.
It's on video. You have to be over 5,000 though. Qualifier. Come on. Nice job. All right. So good. So let's go back to, and thank you, Dawn. And so guys, so building value of the product. Does that make sense? If you don't want customers to tell you it's too expensive, then you need to build more value. You need to make them understand why it costs what it costs. Really simple, okay? If they think it's going to cost $300 a set, and you say it's $900, then they go, that's too expensive. If they think it's going to really cost $4,000, and you say it's only $992, they're like, oh my God, that's so cheap. That's what my customers say, by the way. When I do demos, I go, it's $992. They're like, you're kidding. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, it should be more, yeah. Okay, that's why I used to sell deluxe homemakers and do kitchen tools and all other stuff. But that's because I built up the price, okay, in their mind, all right? So when I do, so anyway. So now they have the knife. By the way, if they do ever put it down, like they put it down, and I go, and they put it down, like they hold it for a while, and, by the way, I've had husbands go, let me see. And I'm like, no, I don't trust you with this, you'll drop that. Okay, so and I have them literally hold it like a baby. I've had customers stand like this with the whole entire demo with their knife. Okay, but if they do put it down, I pick it back up. Like I go, now Mr. Jones, they hold it for a little bit, and they put it down, and I go, now Mr. Jones, see the nickel, these rivets are made out of nickel silver, which is cool, so you don't put anything around them. Here, feel it. Put that in your hand, feel that. And I give it back to them, and they feel it, and they hold it. And then they put it down again. I go, now Mr. Jones, this is surgical steel. It's the same steel